my God.
I'm kidding.
Let me get, so I need a bell.
You still don't look, you look a lot younger than that.
This is time. Shall we start? Oh, we're recording now.
I'll do now.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, because I was saying bad, naughty things. Not naughty, just blackmail stuff.
You know.
Okay, we're going to call the meeting at 6 PM, call to order, and let's do I don't think I've met you before, but I guess we'll introduce each other after we do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Let's go.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, go ahead, let's just meet you.
Oh, hi. My name is Mark Hatch. I'm a patrol lieutenant for the Porterville Police Department, obviously. I have about 17 years of law enforcement experience. I've been a patrol lieutenant for 2 years, 3 months, and Captain Manus is my direct supervisor, and he's bringing me into the fold. So,
So he passed it on to you.
the torch, yes. I know I'm filling really big shoes here. Do you happen to know if he might be receiving this over the internet, or?
Well, it is being recorded live on the Zoom meeting. And
Oh, okay, I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear that. It's my attempt at humor, but I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of learning the ropes here, so if you guys have any input or any suggestions, just let me know. I'm not coming here professing to be, the expert on this, and I'm sure you guys have more expertise than I do.
We're not
Well, we'll
experts
train you.
either.
Yeah,
I
We
know
can
I'm
train you
not.
really, really well.
okay, thank you.
It's good to meet you then. This is Lacey.
Kat Harris.
I'm Kathy. Sean. Joe.
Cool.
Guy who gets bucked off the horses. And you, you're a police officer here as
Oh,
well.
my name is Rose Gurley. I'm a patrol lieutenant with Porterville PD as well.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Good. I drive a little red Camaro. I don't drive too fast. So just ignore me.
You don't really have to worry about us.
I know.
And
It's red, just go for it.
she can park catawampus too.
I guess we'll do the roll call.
But we just did.
We did,
Kind of, but not
sort of,
official.
but not officially. Okay, Kathy Gwynn here.
Kathleen Harris here.
John Schwarzenberger here.
Gary Hall here.
Lacey Goodlett here.
Okay.
Now it's official.
Are there any oral communications from the public? Nobody on Zoom or nobody called in? Okay, good. Nobody.
Wish we could get more participation somehow.
It's hard. It's hard. Approval of minutes. I had an opportunity to look over the minutes. I didn't pull a copy, but I took a look. Thank you. I did read them. And it looks like everything is on board here.
It's on fine.
It's on point. Anybody else have a comment?
I would move that we approve the minutes as
You read them?
presented.
Yeah, I read them too.
They were what they were.
Yeah, exactly. So minutes are approved. I'll
Make
go
a
ahead and
motion to
sign it.
approve the
and give it
minutes.
Second?
back. Yeah. See, I'm the one that has to be told over and over again, no, you don't do that yet, and I've been doing this for a while.
We got you. We got you.
Yeah. Got a great backup here. Great team, actually, team. Do you want me to date this too?
I don't think so. I mean, if you want to, I won't argue. If
I
you
didn't
wanted
date it.
to,
I didn't.
Then don't, that's fine.
Okay, good. All right. And here you go. Thank you. Okay, minutes approved. Okay, this is a time of staff information items. I also read those as well. It's quite a few reports that were typed up for us and
Yeah.
reported on.
3 months, yeah.
Yep, so I'm okay with them. Didn't look like
I'm all right
anything
with them. I
out
have
of the
questions on
ordinary.
them when we get to that part.
The what?
I've got some questions on them when we get to that part,
Okay, got it. All righty.
going over stuff.
Okay, and then one of them is council meeting reports. All righty, to discuss. Okay, scheduled matters, council meeting reports. What's
I
council
thought you
meeting.
guys said that. No? No?
I don't remember saying that.
Okay,
If I did, I apologize, I don't know what I'm talking about.
okay. Well, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay.
They all look good to me.
Okay, shelter opening status. Do we have another start date?
So
Open date.
it's my understanding that they actually did a walkthrough today, and tomorrow, I believe they're gonna communicate with Erica to get furniture moved in. So it sounds like the start date's approaching after some previous delays. I think the air conditioning system and the alarm system were last-minute things that had to be ironed out, but it's getting a lot closer.
So tentative opening, do we have a month?
Yes, within a month.
Within
Probably closer to 2 to 3 weeks.
August, September, August?
I'd have to get back to you with an exact date, but the plan is to have, people from the Animal Control Commission do a walkthrough as well as city council, before the opening.
Okay.
Okay, just an information, and don't delay it on account of me, please. Don't do it. I'll be gone in Ireland. I'm flying out July 29th. I'll be returning August 13th.
Okay.
If I'm not here, go, you guys got it.
We got,
Oh, we'll go.
You know, but I'm not holding up an opening for a shelter just because I want to go on vacation.
now we've been waiting for how many years, 10, 15?
We've only been waiting for 10 or 15 years, yeah. So, but, yeah, please do not hold, I don't want a big old thing in the paper, held up because Chair of the Animal Control Commission wasn't in attendance. I don't want to hear that. I want to see it. I won't be able to sign in on Zoom or anything else because I'll probably be asleep, so.
Yeah, the
but 8
change in
hours
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of which,
I know that clock's a little off.
Yeah, it's a little off.
Everything's been off. My computer's off too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even, okay.
And we will, and then you also mentioned about the tour that we'll be able to go on a shelter tour as well.
We have any possible date on that?
I would have to get back to you. I know they just did the walkthrough today, and there's some minor things that they're taking care of.
Okay.
But I anticipate it'll be within the next month. I could get back to you guys with a more precise date. It feels like the line's been kind of moved a couple times along the way, so.
Good, then you can move the line again when I come back.
Yeah.
I just bought you some time.
No.
Has
I
there
just
still
wanna-
been problems with the shelter, the homeless coming in and doing damages and?
No, actually, our personnel have scheduled patrol checks during the nighttime hours, and during the daytime, D Street's pretty heavily traveled by not only us, but just, normal citizenry. So it's at nighttime where the activities happen in the past, but we have those regular patrol checks that we've been sticking to.
Oh,
Okay.
good, that's
With all the fencing, it's probably a little tougher too now, so.
good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we think it has a deterrent effect, the fencing, unless they become really athletic recently.
I don't think they will. I've seen some of the shape they're in, but it's okay. I'm not in the greatest shape either. Okay. I wanted ducks and geese at Murray Park because I was actually approached privately by a citizen and their family. And they even went public about it. They haven't gone public about it in the paper yet, so I think I've held them off just a tad. But I said I will bring this up and I'm going to report back to them. But they had taken their family there for a picnic and just to take the kids and have a fun time because they're out of school. And they're not from around the Murray Park area, but they do live and reside here in Porterville. There was a report, and they were very distressed by it. Unsupervised kids and also young, like teenagers and adults were there watching, not doing anything about it. They were killing the ducks. They were injuring them. They were harassing them. One was dead, and it was a fresh kill. And they had another one that had a broken wing or a leg. that they were trying to help, and it was just wobbling around. They also came across fishing gear, seeing adults fish and drink and doing all kinds of stuff. Adults around there with fishing poles and also drinking publicly. Also, they were people were letting the dogs off the leash and letting them chase the ducks. So they said that they had called the police, or they said they called the police to send someone out to help, and they waited and waited and nobody showed up. So these, I mean, whether they're pets or just domestic animals, there's obviously a place where they have felt welcome enough to, homes and where they nest and they, that's their place. I don't think they need to be harassed where they live and killed. So there needs to be some kind of combined effort, either by volunteers or by, and believe me, I don't want to chair this because I have volunteered for so many things already, and I'm supposed to be retired. Forget it. But it just seems that it's a disservice, not just to the animals, but to the community as well, and the kids that go around there and the families. But I went ahead and took a spin by to take a look at it. And indeed, there were adults fishing and drinking, and there was trash everywhere. There were homeless, and I know that's a big problem everywhere. That's on everybody's lips lately. It is in mine too, because I live in the Veterans Park area, and I've seen how bad it's gotten. And there used to be packs of families that would walk around. They don't walk around there anymore. I don't walk around there anymore because it doesn't feel safe. But back to the ducks in Murray Park. I think there needs to be some kind of announcement or proactive movement made with example, maybe by animal control or some of the volunteers who want to do advocacy for that, and help those ducks out. I mean, they're sentient creatures, and just because it's not a dog or a cat or another domesticated animal doesn't mean they shouldn't be thought about and cared for as well. So just wanted to bring that to your attention, because when you have little ones that are upset and really having a hard time dealing with the abuse that they saw and the lack of any response and the lack of anything being done, that's not a good look for the city and for us as a commission if it's not addressed. But and I know everybody's busy and they have other functions and things that are absolute priority. Public safety's first and helping, people out. And I know that. We have murders, we have drug dealing, we have all that absolutely takes priority in keeping people safe. But I think it just needs to be noticed a little, and
Yeah.
at least something, and so we could see an active response. And, and I'm not asking anybody to do anything extraordinary, because I know the police have a busy schedule, and I'm totally pro law enforcement. I've got lots of friends in law enforcement and family. But I really think I don't think it's a waste of time. I think it's a good use of some time. Maybe go have, maybe if some officers are taking lunch somewhere, and go park under a tree where it's shady, so they can see some police presence. I know some of them do that at Veterans Park, and I think it's helped. Where they'll go out and walk around a bit, and I really do. And they can't be everywhere at once. I know that, believe me. But I just think it would be a little bit, not even a little bit, but it would be a benefit overall. And that's just me saying that, not as the commission, but as an individual. But it was brought to my attention by a member of the public who wishes to remain anonymous right now, that has some real concerns.
Well, our animal control personnel are out in the field, and actually, I think we're up to full staffing now, so we'll have better coverage. But if they're in the area or if they have an obligated time, they could certainly do patrol checks. I know our officers do that type of thing for areas where there's, issues that are specific. I think at nighttime, in fact, at Murray Park, there was an issue with people trespassing at the city pool there. So, we did something kind of analogous with that where we had officers, doing patrol checks. So I don't see that as being, onerous or asking too much.
Yeah, and it's just that, and believe me, I think I can probably speak for everybody, we all really appreciate what law enforcement's out there. I mean, we're not out there in the heat, and,
Just to cap on that, because I'm sure the person that talked to you is not, I've had 3 customers that have mentioned similar.
oh, have they?
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
When you popped up on that, I'm like, okay, I don't have to say anything, I can talk about it. Because
Okay.
you already had it on there, but I own a restaurant across the street, and I get chatty customers all the time, and I've had a couple talk about the uncomfortability of being out at Murray Park anymore, so.
Okay.
and they feel sorry for the ducks.
Well, one of them was telling me about how because every now and then they cross the road, I guess they have a deal over on the other side where a lot of the geese go.
Yeah.
And this guy just plowed right across one, didn't care. You know,
Oh, really?
I mean, I know we can't like put a crosswalk there or anything, but I mean, common sense tells you stop, let them do what they're doing and then move on. I've done it a billion times because my shop used to be over on that side of town, so I always went that way. But, yeah, so I've had 2 or 3 that have mentioned various things over there. at
Okay.
Murray Park. It's not a sole incident.
But, okay, that's just, I just felt it needed to be, you needed to be aware, as a police department, because I don't know about you, but I don't like surprises. People coming at me with a surprise, oh, well, did you know, or you haven't heard? I personally, I always told my staff when I was a working girl, that I don't like surprises. So if there's something going on, bring it to my attention, and then we'll address it and take care of it. But you just needed to be aware.
No, I appreciate it, and I'll relay that information to our personnel in the field.
Great. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm not trying to be the squeaky wheel or the complainer, but, they just need, I think it's just good overall PR and also just showing that, because I know all the officers I know, I always want to be cops. All the officers I know have pets, or they care about animals. They'll go,
Yeah.
they'll help them out, and I know they all have hearts. Just a little bit of attention to that area.
No, I understand.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, Shauna, you wanted to talk about some of the minutes, right? Oh, I'm sorry.
With what Sean has to talk about, we should have discussed under reports with animal statistics, because that's what he has
Okay,
Yeah,
to
kind of.
discuss, and we did not have a motion to approve those statistics, so
Oh, we
we needed,
didn't.
we should have covered this then, so this would be a good time to do it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we can do that. Thank you, Jerry. You see, I need teachers.
Don't make me pull my gun.
Wait, mine's in the truck.
Okay, did you guys,
That's gonna do you a lot of good.
I know, right? I didn't figure I needed it here. No, I guess, and I don't know, because like you said, you're new, and he kind of tossed you into the mix here. Some of the questions I've got, you're probably going to have to get back to us on. I'm a little confused on the numbers, because like for June's report, where it shows, dogs euthanized, it shows 20 here, but, and you get in the back and it talks about the 20 that got euthanized, but I guess I get a little bit confused or upset at, okay, of course the dogs are going to be aggressive one way or the other. I mean, is there anything that is being tried prior to just saying, okay, it's aggressive, euthanize it, because they're scared. They just got yanked out of what they're used to and thrown in a kennel, an area that they don't know. I mean, how long do they deal with the animal before they say, okay, it's person aggressive or dog aggressive, and then just euthanize it? I mean, because when I look at the numbers, 6 months, I mean, we're putting down 40 animals a month. That sounds crazy to me as an animal lover.
Yeah, I have a dog that's really fear aggressive, like she's really nice to people, she gets along with my kids, but if I take her to the vet, like all of her teeth are showing, and I just know, like, well, she's chipped and she's licensed and everything else, but like, if I was one of those animal owners and she got picked up and not reclaimed, she would be euthanized
Yeah.
for being aggressive.
You know,
like,
that's why I
straight
was
up-
asking,
straight up.
what process do we have in place before we make that decision? Because it's every month that, you know, dozens are going down.
It's kind of true. Me said, you know, off of that real quick, also a lot of cats.
Oh, yeah, that was
Some of them are
next.
picked up as feral, and they're not. They're scared.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if I look back through how many cats, like, in the last 3 months of reports that we got, there were 4 cats that are notated as to why they got put down. Sick, or already hurt, or whatever, or died, you know, getting a surgery. I understand that, but we've had 120 of them in the last 6 months get put down. Where and
Really?
why?
Oh, that's a
Why?
lot. That's too much.
We have too many volunteer groups around. I don't know why we should have that many cats going
Many
out.
of the
I'm a lover
volun-
of both dogs and cats.
Any of
I
the
have-
volunteer groups are full.
Well, I get that, but,
Packed.
I mean, 120 cats in 6 months.
That's a
I mean,
lot.
come
I
on.
didn't know that. I didn't even read
And
it.
there's only 4 or 5 of them that are accounted for as to why. I mean, so me, as a commission member, I'd like a little bit more detail as to why they're being put down.
Okay.
You know, so that's one of the few things I've got from the reports. Something I'd like to see possibly added to the report, because I don't see it anywhere, but I know it happens, because I've been involved with it on her side, and I know the people that deal with the dog side of it. I think on the report, I would like to see the numbers of how many dogs and cats are being sent out to the rescues to help make these numbers make sense. Because I know we have loads of them that go out all the time, both by flight and by van.
Cats and dogs.
Yeah, both cats and dogs, but I see none of those numbers here. So where do they fall into correlation with all these, in my opinion, large numbers that we have for animals? Because the reports talk nothing about, they talk about what foods and stuff have been donated, but nothing about, we sent out 70 ant dogs this month. Doesn't even really matter what rescue, just that we know they went out somewhere. They weren't part of this euthanization number, you know?
Right, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean,
And I
'cause these
didn't.
numbers, when I looked at it, and it's only 6 months, I'm like, those are way high for 6 months, in my opinion. Because now you're gonna double that by the end of the year. That's crazy. I mean, you know, we're animal services.
Not yet.
Well-
Not officially.
Well, it's on, and that's another question that I'll have later. It's on the little itty bitty sign that you almost can't see on the side of the door.
On the building.
Yep. You can't even see it.
Yeah, but
I
we're still-
barely saw it.
But we're still
driving by.
called Animal Control Commission, and I thought that was going
Here,
to be
no,
taken
that's,
care
I
of.
got that on my list. Hold on.
Okay. All righty.
Okay, well, I know I can answer a big part of the problem with the cats is because there are no rescues available for a lot of these kittens that are babies that are still nursing, and then people are taking them into the shelter. They have no place for them to go, and they're too young to be taken care of. They put those kittens down, and that really, when you've got litters of 4 or 5 kittens, that adds up.
No, I'm sure it
So
does. but
that's a
I
big
guess
part,
then
but I
maybe
do understand what you're saying.
I'd like to maybe see that in the report.
Yeah.
Because we have no reason why they're being
Yeah.
put down.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the section where it tells you that, like for the dog part of it, you know, 12 dogs were this aggressive, 6 dogs were that aggressive, 1 cat died during surgery. Okay, but we had 20 of them that went down that month. What happened to the other 19? Why, you know? So, because people ask me all the time, I can't give them an answer because I don't know.
Okay.
That's my take on that part. I mean, we're here for a reason, so. All right, next that I have on the list, when you go through the report, it talks about what they've got for the TNR program and the low-cost program. In 6 months, we've only TNR'd 22 cats. We need to find some more funding for that, because maybe that's why the euthanization list is so high.
Well, to
Somehow.
answer that, there is funding that I've helped get going with Cat House and the Kings. And a big part of and they've made sure that there was plenty of funding for the Porterville area. But it's not just Porterville they're using Tulare County.
Right.
Because we have people that come from Visalia and people that come from, even had
Everywhere.
from, and they're basically taking advantage of bringing a bunch of cats from Delano because
Well, see, they should show proof of residency because each
they don't
town
have
has
to
got
if it's
their own
clinic though.
problem, you
Yeah,
know.
but that's why they have now done an online to keep track of those stats. So when they get the next round of funding, they will see what cities are utilizing the funds and which ones are bigger.
Right.
So they're trying to concentrate on just Porterville only, and outline areas. I'm
Yeah.
talking also Springville, and it would be helpful if, I know we can't do anything about Tulare County, but it would be helpful to know if they are going to kick anything in. So I guess I can do that research to help out, because there's a lot of people on the reservation that need help, that we've helped a lot.
Yeah.
to get their
Where I was
animals fixed.
getting at here is somehow in our budgeting for the shelter, if they can find a way to slip some more over so we can get these TNR and these low-cost numbers up throughout the year.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, because if we're gonna solve the problem, the people aren't gonna do it.
We have to
We've
make
already
more
come to
of
that
an-
conclusion.
we have to make more than an investment.
Right, we have to invest a little bit more in the beginning to get the numbers to start calming down. Because there for a while when we had, I don't know, it's probably been a couple of years now, if you guys remember, we had a lot of TNR funding, and we had a lot of like the low-cost clinics that were doing it for little or nothing, but they finally got wore out of funds, but our numbers were way down back then, if you go back a few years, when we had those programs that were busting out a little bit more than we are now. I have to say, I'm shocked at the low numbers. And I think that's contributing to the higher numbers on the other page, in my opinion.
That makes sense.
Yeah, wasn't that like pre-COVID and then everything just went to
Yeah,
heck
but
in a
we gotta stop
handbasket
using
after
COVID
that?
as an excuse.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
people are still getting it, I think,
they're still
personally, I
still
think
doing
they're
it.
making the tests show that way. But
Yeah,
either
I
way,
think
my
so,
wife's had
too.
it 7 times, I mean, you know. It's just nowhere glorified cold, but nevertheless, that's not an excuse anymore. We know we have a problem, we
Well, I
need to be
mean,
more
I'm just saying
proactive in the
it's
problem.
exasperated since then.
Yeah, we need to be more proactive in the problem. And we're gonna have this nice new big shelter, you know, and I've already heard my rumors, but I'll keep them to myself till I do the walkthrough, but I'm hoping we have a little bit more of a cat area than we used to.
I think it's
You
too
know.
small,
Yeah.
and I have voiced that before. It's way too small.
All right, that's my take on that part. This is probably more for you, for the council doing it. I think we need to take back to the council on an official request to get our name changed. 'Cause we've talked about it a few times, and they keep saying, well, they never put it on the calendar.
Well, because they said that they were going to take care of it.
Well, I
The
think we're
police
gonna end up
department
having to.
was going to take care of it.
Somebody needs to officially ask the council to put on the agenda to have our name changed to the Animal Services Commission to match what everything else is gonna be. Because the new name on the trucks, everything is gonna say Animal Services, what is it, Animal Services, well, over there, it's Animal Services Center on the deal. But whatever we're gonna be called, the commission should be the same as what it's gonna be.
Right, but unfortunately, from what I understand, the city has still not gotten it completed for the animal control to be called animal services. It's on the trucks, but they haven't gotten
Right, well,
everything.
because the last time we were here, he said it's because we never officially went up in front of the council and requested to have it put on the calendar so that they can talk about it.
I did bring it up at a meeting, and I did remind Manis, and I reminded Bertolo. I reminded
I know it's minor for the council, they have other things they're
Fernando.
doing, but.
It was the other one. Bartow?
Bartow's the assistant chief.
Yeah,
And-
him and Manis. And they were going to bring that up at their meetings.
Okay, was it supposed to be an agenda item, or?
They said don't, they told me, trying to remember the conversation because a lot going on that night. They told me that they would basically take care of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what they
Okay.
said.
Yeah, my understanding is council won't do anything unless you get it on their agenda, and so far it has not been on their
They
agenda.
haven't put it on there yet because it has not been taken care of yet.
I know I have asked them in a
And they
council
said they
meeting.
would take care of it.
Yeah, but I asked them at a committee, or at a council meeting, to please put it on the agenda, and they never did.
That was
I don't
the
know,
blunt of what I had.
maybe we can bring it up again. I will move that we request it again, that the council please put it on their agenda to discuss the name change for the commission and for the animal control, so it can be all officially done.
Yeah, it's all the same, it's not confusing people. I'm done.
Motion for the stats.
According to the minutes, Captain Manus advised the an information report was taken to city council as a preparatory item, and the police department will now be writing and submitting a staff report to officially request in the near future name change to Porterville Animal Services. He suspected this would happen in the near future. He pointed out there is a lot to change, such as charter graphics, and social media pages.
Right. And that's what I was trying to say, is that
I
that's.
trust that he is doing what he said he would do, but having been in situations similar to his, where you're dealing with an organization such as the police department and government, especially city government, sometimes the wheels move slowly, but sometimes they need to move slowly to make sure that they get it right.
Yeah, that's true.
So just before the meeting started, he actually sent me a message regarding this specific issue. He said if it comes up, it's still in the process from Animal Control to Animal Services, so, but there was no time frame specifically mentioned.
Okay, well, I'll remove my,
Because Captain Manus was unable to provide a specific time frame because of the process.
right.
It's a bureaucratic process, which is going to take time.
Mm-hmm.
But I trust that it is going to happen, so we just need to be patient.
Holding.
Then what's the word for it?
Hey, are we through with the,
Yeah.
is
I'm
there
done.
any, Madam Chairman, you might want to ask if there's any corrections or additions to the statistics?
Thank you. Councilmember. The commission, what is it, where are we?
You can call me
Commission Member Jared. Any additions or corrections needed to be added to the minutes?
I would move that we accept the corrections and everything that's presented to the,
Okay, is there a
Commission.
second?
Second.
Okay, approved. Are you taking notes?
Oh, I've taken a few.
When this happens, do this.
No, I have a few
I'm
notes.
joking with you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I've taken down a few notes, and I'll try to get some answers. I think hopefully Eric can answer some of these answers, or provide some of these answers for me. Especially with regard to the statistics related to the animals.
Okay, and communication is everything, just communicate and bring it back to us.
Okay.
And I think that helps a lot when those channels open. And you're going to find that we're actually very, very, we're probably one of the easiest commissions there, we don't scream and fight too loudly. But I think we're absolutely on board with what's decided, and we want to be as cooperative as we can, because the ultimate goal is benefiting the city and the community and the animals. So, with mutual respect and communication, I think is the best thing. But we appreciate that.
Communication is the key.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Okay, so it's been approved, minutes. Now, any more oral communications from any of the public?
They're not speaking up.
Nobody?
There is no public.
Still nobody online?
No? Okay. Okay. Any other matters at this time?
I actually don't have anything.
No.
Somebody take her temperature.
Are you
I
okay?
am kind of
You're not
sweaty.
medicated, are you?
No, I don't. We're just.
Are you medicated?
Well, kind of, sort of.
I did it all this time.
I know, you're usually kind of
I
quiet.
know, right? I keep looking at numbers, and numbers, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
and that's good. I should have paid better attention, but I didn't really have those questions. Like, it's, and then July's not going to get much better because of 4th of July.
well,
Yeah.
I'd just like to know when the next meeting will be.
yeah, do we have any idea? That one we might actually be able to vote on changing.
3 months from now would be October 10th.
It should be open and running.
Yep, looks good to me.
Or at least walking fast.
Right, so.
October 10th is the next meeting.
Yep.
I got to look on my calendar. Somebody might have to do that one for me. I got to go to Halloween Horror Nights, man. We'll see.
There's my calendar. Everything. For October.
Okay, I'll let you know, because I don't know if I'm leaving on the, I don't know if we're leaving on the 10th or the 11th.
Well, we got it covered whichever day.
Yeah, okay. All right.
It'll be fine.
Okay. Nothing else? Meeting